The Digital Production Buzz is brought to you by Shutterstock.com, a global marketplace for royalty-free images and videos. With over 2 million royalty-free HD and 4K video clips, Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. And by Otherworld Computing, providing quality hardware solutions and extensive technical support to the worldwide computer industry since 1988.
Rolling! Action!
Since the dawn of digital filmmaking.
Authoritative.
One show serves a worldwide network of media professionals.
Current.
Uniting industry experts,
Production.
filmmakers,
Post-production.
and content creators around the planet.
Distribution.
From the media capital of the world in Los Angeles, California, the Digital Production Buzz goes live now.
And welcome to the Digital Production Buzz, the world's longest-running podcast for creative content producers covering media production, post-production, marketing, and distribution around the world. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan, and joining us as ever, our ever affable, whatever his name, Mike Horton.
I got
Mike.
a haircut.
You did, and it looks really, you haven't looked that clean and dressed up in a long time.
I combed my hair. I got a haircut because I saw the YouTube thing a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I need a haircut.
You know, we have to put a
Thank you, Larry, for making me feel so old when I watched myself.
We had to chroma key a wig on you to make it look so the small children would not be scared.
Exactly.
We've got a theme for today's show. It's called Writing and Special Effects. We're going to start with Greg Chaccio. Now, he's going to tell me I screwed that up, but we're going to practice it.
That's all right. I do that really well.
He's the Vice President
Chaccio.
Are you done?
Greg?
He's the Vice President of Creative Services and Managing Director of Location Services for Modern Video Film, and he was recently involved in creating the new series Dig for the USA Network. He joins us tonight to take us behind the scenes of the new workflow that they developed specifically for Dig. Well, let's take a look at Dig specifically. You're on location around the world. You've got this magic box. What are you doing on a daily basis? What's the workflow?
Okay. Basically, on most of the shows we do, including Dig, there are two drops, the lunch drop and the wrap drop, depending on how far away they are. But the nice thing is we're portable. We can be anywhere. So if they're going from Dubrovnik to Split, gone are the days where you have to send a driver and wait. We can travel to the next location. So we get the either the hard drive from the DMT or DIT, or they can give us S cards, because again, we're close to set now. So we don't have to worry about the distance. We ingest the material. We apply the CDL that came from set, if there is one. If there isn't one, we create the look alongside with the DP.
Now wait.
Yeah.
They're giving you the camera masters coming off set. That's got to make you nervous. I mean, you're holding a $10,000 shot in your hands.
We prefer to get a copy of it. And most productions do too, right?
Really?
So you'll have a DIT on a feature film where you've got airy raw or a lot of material. You'll often have a separate person establishing the look and a separate person just doing the data.
Jen Grisanti is the president of Jen Grisanti Consultancy, a successful story and career consultant who worked with Aaron Spelling for 15 years. She was involved daily on the executive side of scripts for such shows as Charmed, Medium, Numbers, NCIS, 90210, and more. Jen will be at the upcoming WonderCon convention with a panel entitled Hollywood Consultants Secrets Your Story to Success. One of the things you mentioned earlier is that you provide fee-based services as opposed to taking a percentage of a show. And I went on your website and I was looking at all the different things that you provide, from like reading it for the first time to going in depth on a film script. What help do your typical writers need? What is a typical problem that they need help with then? And what is the most common request they make of you?
I would say, on average, what writers need is to elevate their story so that their story is in a strong enough place to either get them representation, sell their script, or get on staff. So I think the goal of my experience, like I work with writers at the baby level, to the mid-level, to the upper level. So every need is different. I could work with a mid-level writer who either just sold a pilot and wants to work with me on that pilot, from a baby writer who just got out of college and has no idea how to become a working television writer, needs to build their writing portfolio, to a co-executive producer who's kind of hit a standstill in his or her career and needs to figure out how to redefine their path so that they are working in a strong direction.
And then Lee Jessup, who is also on the same panel, is the author of the best-selling guide, Getting It Right, An Insider's Guide to Screenwriting Careers. Lee knows the business of stories from the telling to the selling and joins us this week with some insider tips and career coaching for writers. Now, also on your blog, I'm going to quote another thing I want your thoughts on. You write, "All writers are not created equal. Each has their unique strengths, and those who went the farthest were those who knew where they are weak." What does that mean?
There's this idea that a writer is a writer is a writer. And that's not true because every writer is different. Every writer has different passions, different interests. The writers who go the furthest are the ones who understand where they're weak and therefore know where they are strong. If they know where they're strong, they're going to lean into that and have us looking away from their weaknesses. So they're going to write into their brand because they know they're not good at anything else. They're going to really work on any challenges they have in interpersonal relationships. They're going to hone in on their pitches if they're not good with that. The writers who understand that they have to do everything, that they really have to master the totality of the craft in breaking in, are the ones that are going to get there. And the way that I see it is a very long job interview.
Wow.
Everybody prep for a job interview. It's just, there isn't that immediate gratification of you got the job or not. It usually takes about 5 to 10 years.
And then we wrap up with Robin Haddo. She's a freelance motion graphics and playback artist, which I have no idea is, with Scarab Digital. She has a wide range of experience spanning the areas of screen graphics, fantasy user interface design and animation, in-game cinematics, and lots of innovative ideas for next-generation technology. She shares an inside look creating amazing motion graphics and how she does it. In fact, one of the things that you did recently was this exoskeleton. And we went to your website and we pulled down a couple of images of this exoskeleton, which looks like something I want to buy. It's just incredible. How did you create that? What process did you go through?
Well, I work in Cinema 4D, and I use the dynamic link, the Cineware link with Adobe After Effects.
Uh-huh.
And what happens is, depending on what the asset is, sometimes we are provided with some assets from the art department.
Yep.
In which case, for the exosuit, we were. So there's a really talented modeler, a group of modelers that created this suit, which I don't know if you guys have seen any episodes of season 3 of Arrow. That exosuit belongs to a character named Ray Palmer, and they actually have created that suit in real life. So that suit exists. And
from your design, they created the suit?
That's right. Yes.
Oh, that's too cool.
So I was given a 3D asset of the suit, which we then shaded and created wireframe and teched it all up to look like 3D schematics, so that when the character is actually in his suit, we can generate screens to make it look like diagnostics or the workings and analytics of the suit.
Michael,
God, I love technology. I mean, was that a selfie stick or a hand?
This has been a great creative session. Some amazing people helping creativity happen. These highlights are from the April 2nd, 2015 edition of the Digital Production Buzz.